I can maybe spare you something like, wala na ang relo ko, binigay ko sundalo. So, I can, mga 5 hours.
Magandang hapon po, Mr. President.
Yes.
Ang tanong ko, maraming mga proyekto na papasok sa mga barangay, lalong-lalo na dito sa probinsya ng Bukidnon. Pero mayroong 10% na tinatawag na revolutionary tax na kinukuha yung mga New People's Army NPA. Pag hindi magbigay yung kontraktor at saka barangay official, sinusunog yung proyekto na sa barangay. Mayroon bang ano bang solusyon ng pamahalaan ito?
Yan, solusyon na sa Pilipino. Kayo, tingnan mo, gusto magdala ng gobyerno, that is really extortion. That is just a matter of semantics. Call it revolutionary tax. But actually, it's extortion. Kaya nga may away tayo. Ang kaya nga, hindi kami papayag, I refuse now to resume the talks with them until they stop itong extortion. Kasi sasabihin ng tao, babayad sila ng buwis, wala namang protection kasi hinihingian sila ng NPA. So the only way is to, I do not want to continue the fight. It has been there for 50 years. I'm supposed that everybody started killing people for 50 years, but if they wanted another 50 years, wala ang gobyerno walang magawa. It's plain extortion. And if they want to continue to resume the talks, one of the things that I would demand would really be that they stop the extortion activities.
Mr. President, are we pushing through with the extension po of martial law? Malapit na po kasing matapos yung 60 days.
Ganito yan eh. Martial law was declared for the Mindanao Island because that is an anticipation of a spillover. I said, I have nothing against, I have a Maranao blood. But yun in Central Mindanao, nandyan yung Lanao del Sur, Lanao del Norte, then you go left, that you have the Zamboanga Peninsula na marami, pati you go right, nandito yung Maguindanao, nandyan yung Buldon, nandyan sila. And so the spillover could create more trouble for us. That's why in anticipation or to prevent or to prepare for a spillover or a simultaneous uprising, it has to be Mindanao.
Mr. President, maayong hapon kanimo. Mel Velez, CNN Philippines, Bukidnon News Stringer. As we know, Metro Manila and even Cebu have gone too far in as par the economic growth. Unsa lang ito pagbaglantaw, Mr. President, as par sa ato sa Mindanao?
You know, Mindanao relatively is just a new country. Bago lang itong Mindanao eh. Cebu has been there. Ang architect gani nila there sa ilang City Hall, basi pag si Magellan, matagal na yung Cebu, that's an old city. You can't compare it to Mindanao. Mindanao is a frontier. Kaya nga ito may gera because ang Moro feels displaced. Na sila yung nauna dito, which is really correct. Historically, they were ahead ng Islam by almost 60 to 70 years. Islam was already in Mindanao. Kaya yung pumasok dito na mga Cebuano, but hindi naman natin alam na gano'n ang sitwasyon. Do not have to die for that. That is not anybody's fault. That was the creation of imperialism, which had we been here at that time, would not have happened. Because we would never agree to it. But you know, Islam ang Mindanao, tapos the rest of the country was converted to Christianity. It was also bludgeoned into submission.
Pahabol pa, Mr. President, may quake daw po earlier sa Visayas. What are we doing? What is the government doing about that, sir? May help na po ba para sa mga residente? May quake po earlier sa Visayas, earthquake po. 6.5, yes po. Bago lang po, very recent lang po.
Wala namang nasira. Mahina yun. By that time, it could have caused massive destruction, but there's none. And actually, to be really very, very frank with you, nobody can foretell a disaster. That's why in the insurance business, disasters are called or categorized an act of God. Just for want of any other term to use it, a massive destruction, typhoons and earthquakes. Ang kategory niyan sa kami mga abogado, we call it an act of God. So ang God na nito ang ating habulin. Kaya mo? Ha? Pisa natin yung mga pare.
May mensahe na po ba kayo sa mga nanonood na ngayon from Leyte po affected by the quake? Yun lang po, last question.
Again, ma?
May message po ba kayo ngayon sa mga affected po ng quake doon sa Visayas? So maybe they're watching po live right now.
Well, we are doing everything we the military is doing its utmost. I am here for the time being that there's a ROCOS in central Mindanao. I'll be spending most of my time here. I'll just fly to Manila once in a while to fulfill with the protocol duties. But I have to be back again until such time that peace is restored. But we are already almost more than halfway. Matatapos na to.
Sir, good afternoon. Victoria Tulad of GMA po sa Manila. Sir, there's an article po sa Reuters na sinabi na you pushed for talks with the Maute Group.
No, I didn't. No, he's a pretender. I'd never talk to terrorists, that's one. I will never talk to criminals and to terrorists. But I would talk to revolutionaries who are imbued with a principle of their, kagaya nitong MIMN. I talk to them because what drove them to fight government is the rising nationalism. Kasi nauna nga sila dito, dumating yung Amerikano, nauna na pa ng Espanyol, then we were colonized. Kaya ka nagkawatak-watak tayo na ganito. Islam na nga ang Mindanao. At ano ba namang kasalanan natin pumasok itong mga Espanyol, pati Amerikano? So that is how it began. But we are here to preserve and ask, and I plead to the Moro people, who are my brothers, who are our brothers. We do not want to fight, we do not want to kill. And if we can just stop fighting, okay ako. But for those criminals, mga terorista, wala.
Sir, pero yung Maute Group, did they come to you? Nag-initiate po ba sila ng deal para matapos na po yung gulo sa Marawi? Thank you.
Well, the MIMN probably have started initiatives there. But kung magaling sa akin ako maghingi sa mga kriminal pati terorista, imposible. Tsaka marami na akong patay na sundalo pati pulis. Huwag nila akong biruin, mag-istorya-istorya lang tayo. If there has to be peace, it would really be peace. Huwag mo akong laruin yung away ngayon, tapos bukas. Let us finish this once and for all.